right here on YouTube. Of course, I could do this on Facebook, but right now I prefer the tube. And that's what I'm doing as I'm driving down the road. If you take your finger, your cell phone, whatever your device you're using to watch this on, and you can twirl your fingers around, you can take your finger and swipe this around, and you can indeed see all around me as I'm driving. So this opens up a whole new program. I don't have to move the camera. I can just walk along with it, drive along with it, stand along with it, whatever, and you can look all around me. If you hear a noise and think, what's that? Who's that talking over there? You can take your finger and you can find out who may or may not be talking around me. Hey, it could be a disembodied voice you're hearing. And speaking of disembodied voices, I will be doing some paranormal research with the 360 camera and the Mevo camera coming up soon. I'm working on it. I'm finding a location, and it will be a undisclosed location. Trust me, no doubt about it. So, given that, stay tuned, because I've watched a lot of vlogs. I've really studied this, that. It's not something I just jumped into. It's like, what is going on in the world of YouTube live streaming, Facebook live streaming, and so forth, and how can I get involved, or do I want to get involved? And I always said, anything I do, I don't want to just mimic somebody. You do want to get an idea what's going on, you kind of what people are watching and that sort of thing, but you don't want to mimic. You don't want to be a carbon copy, a clone of someone else. You've got to be unique in what you do to capture your own audience, to capture your own market. And now I'm coming up, you may see, in a train. This camera right now, okay, so anyway, this is what I'm doing. I'm holding this in my hand, and it is live streaming YouTube right now. You're watching it. Comment, give me a thumbs up, whatever. And no, I have not built a big audience. Very, very small in the world of vlogging and live streaming and YouTubing and so forth. I've got a lot of videos up, but I haven't pursued it as a thing, so to speak, to catch up with, nowadays you've got these people that have millions of subscribers, and I am 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10% of all that. I am not the new kid on the block. I'm just the smallest kid on the block when it comes to this, and we're going to see how we can grow this and do something unique and different. My favorite vloggers that I watch, one's got less than 100,000 subscribers, and that's considered small, and the other one's got something over 100,000, maybe between 130,000, 140,000 subscribers, and that's considered relatively small in the world of highly successful vloggers and YouTube creators is what they call them. So anyway, a lot of what I'm seeing, they all are live streaming at some point. Live streaming is picking up, and they're doing it more frequently, and a lot of times it's walking through an area. Even the vlogging, they're walking through, maybe with a camera on a gimbal or whatever, and they're walking through a museum or some interesting old abandoned building, or anything like that, and you're getting one view of what's taking place there, and that is only the view of where they're pointing this camera. And I'm not saying that no one is doing what I'm doing. I just have not found them. There are a lot of people vlogging and using YouTube and whatnot. So, but anyway, I am in a mad push. This is going to be my second career, but I see my first career at this stage of my life is not a full-time career. It's very part-time deal. And if you look over my YouTube channel, you kind of see that. I'm going to build this I'm going to rebrand it, and you know, as I go along, this is going to be the old man's videos. This is going to be the old man's vlogging, and the fun will begin. So I'm going to be riding along, and as I ride along, again, the 360 camera, it's like you're sitting in the seat next to me in my old Suburban as I pull a trailer that I'm getting shed of some stuff. And I have had this set up on a tripod before. I did not take the time to do that this morning. I'm simply holding it in my hand as I drive along here. And on these back roads, the train finally let me through. And been going through a traffic light, and then on open road for a few miles. So I've got a few minutes drive to go. And again, I'm inviting you to take this ride along with me. I do have some 360 videos up. If you go through my YouTube channel, you found it. You're here. If you're watching this, you know where my YouTube channel is. So look through my videos. You might find something that interests you. You might find something that entertains you to your liking. Please watch it. Please hit the thumbs up if you like it. Comment if you would like to do so, and subscribe to the channel. This is kind of a variety show, if you will. I do a lot of weddings. That's been my career for several years now, is the wedding person, wedding guy. I become quite well known and popular in my area as the wedding person, wedding guy. And so there's a lot of wedding stuff up on here, but there's a lot of other stuff. I've visited a lot of interesting places and made a lot of videos. So look at those. And I do have some weddings in 360. I've got a cemetery that I did in 360 that's up there. You can look all around me as I'm walking into a very small cemetery and walking around and talking about it. And that's, so that was live streamed, just like I'm doing here. Again, I'm driving, I'm not watching the screen, so I'm not sure if anybody is even watching me, but you've got to start to get people coming. It's got to be a thing. And the thing has started. Today, which is March, and the 27th, 28th, Wednesday, 2018, in the year of our Lord, as they say. Whatever your Lord is, I guess. And we're coming up on Easter weekend, speaking of Lords, which is the big Christian holiday in recognition of the resurrection of their Lord, if you happen to be a Christian. So that's coming up this weekend, and I learned from one of my brides. I didn't even think about it, but in some areas, I cannot speak of all areas, but you might want to check some of the businesses, some of the some government buildings will be closed in some areas, at least this Friday, in recognition of Easter weekend, Good Friday, as it is known. Good Friday. So if you got something planned for Friday, like going to get your license renewed, or register a vehicle, or get a marriage license, those kind of things, I have discovered as of yesterday, I did find out that certain places, government buildings, and I assume some private businesses, will be closed Good Friday, this Friday, day after tomorrow, for Easter weekend. So be advised of that. You learned it here. Dr. Kelsey Graham bringing you the latest as I drive the country roads here in Alabama. YouTube streaming. Get my wording right. Live streaming on YouTube. I guess you could call that streaming, except for the fact that there is a website that you can stream to called Ustream, and I don't want to confuse that. I'm on YouTube, and I like YouTube in doing this because it will save the video to my YouTube channel if I desire it to be so. And otherwise, I don't have to save it to my YouTube channel. I can just simply discard of it, and it becomes a historical and buried thing that is never to be viewed again. On the flip side of that, I can also live stream on Facebook, and again, I have the option of allowing it to be posted on Facebook to be viewed at any time by anyone who cares to. Interesting things have happened, and it's just a fascinating world compared to when I was a kid. I mean, my God, I don't know why I've got this on my head. I don't need that to be able to talk to you, and I just recognize that I've got it on my head. That was, so that's off. So as you're going along here and you're riding with me, this is what is happening in the world of Dr. Kelsey. The vlogging and live streaming here on YouTube. The new way to do it, I don't have to point the camera in any particular direction. I can simply say, hey, look that way. And it'll be up to you to take your finger and swipe your screen so you can see what's over that way. Or just out of curiosity, you can say, what is behind this old bald-headed man? And you can, again, swing this around, and you can take your finger and you can go around and you can see what's behind me, what's beside me, and you can point toward me and see my well-worn, blemished, old, bald-headed head and face, which is right next to the camera. Not a pretty sight, I can promise you, but if that's your desire to see what I look like, bingo, you can do it right here without me having to move the camera in any direction. What I'm seeing on the screen, because I'm not swiping the screen, the first thing you see is the windshield and the stuff dangling from my windshield and rear view mirror right here on my phone, which I control this camera from. But I can take my finger and I can move it around just like you could, but I'm going to keep my hand on the wheel as I drive along. A little bit of traffic on this little 2-lane road, not a whole lot, but people don't care to obey the speed laws. They love to tailgate, and in spite of the fact that there are police-mans everywhere, I've always pondered the thought, it seems like coming up toward the end of the month, police activity on the streets seems to become more active. And I always said, well, they got to get quotas for the end of the month. I don't know that. It's just something that I found fascinating, that it always seemed that the last few days, last week or so of each month, you'd see a lot more police with radars and monitoring traffic and whatnot for some reason. So anyway, and I don't like tickets. I don't have a ticket on my record, and I don't want one. That's a waste of money, and I do know what the speed laws are, so bingo and jalapeno. Anyway, I'll be coming up on the little burb of Columbiana. I'm cutting across through here. My journey, except for a short piece, is going to be pretty much all 2-lane road until I get way over on 280. I'm headed to a little town which is rumored, is alleged, is claimed to be the oldest town, occupied town in the nation, Childersburg, Alabama, where that area have a little bit of property, and that's the direction I'm headed, which is kind of east and a little bit south and east from where I was when I left. A little nippy, not cold, wind not blowing. We've had a couple of pretty chilly days for the end of March. Nothing cold enough for any snow or anything like that, just chilly. Tomorrow we're supposed to get some storms. I don't know what time, I haven't looked at the hourly thing, but it's supposed to get up close to 80 degrees last I checked, and have a high potential of, it was 90 to 100% chance of thunderstorms. So we'll see how that goes. That has been predicted, and for other days where we basically didn't get a drop of anything. So the weatherman is just like the rest of us, struggling to figure it all out, and we know so little. We think we know so much, and we're very limited in our knowledge. So I'm slowing down now, coming into in fact, here's the sign, if you'll see it on the right there, welcome to Columbiana,